Imagine this. You're at a coffee shop. You buy a $5 latte without a second thought. But later, when asked to save $5 a day for retirement, you hesitate. Why? It turns out, we're not as rational as we'd like to think, especially when it comes to money. Welcome to the fascinating world of behavioral economics. For centuries, economists assumed humans made logical, rational decisions, calculating costs and benefits like supercomputers. But here's the twist. We don't. Behavioral economics emerged as a field to study how emotions, habits, and cognitive biases shape our financial decisions. This field really took off in the 1970s, thanks to two psychologists, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. They discovered that we're wired to make decisions based on mental shortcuts, or heuristics, rather than careful logic. And these shortcuts often lead us astray. One famous example is the loss aversion bias. It turns out, we fear losing money far more than we enjoy gaining it. Losing $10 feels twice as bad as gaining $10 feels good. This fear of loss can lead to some very weird behaviors. Here's another quirk, the present bias. We tend to value immediate rewards over future ones, even if waiting would make us better off. That's why saving for retirement feels so hard. It's like trading a donut today for a salad next year. Let's dive deeper into loss aversion. Imagine you're offered a coin flip. Heads, you win $100. Tails, you lose $50. Most people would reject this, even though the math says it's a good deal. That's because losing feels way more painful than winning feels rewarding. Loss aversion even shows up in how we sell things. Ever tried selling an old phone online? You probably felt it was worth way more than buyers did. That's called the endowment effect. We overvalue what we already own. Now, let's revisit present bias. It's why credit cards are so tempting. Swiping that card feels painless because the cost is delayed. But when the bill arrives, ouch. That's future you dealing with today you's decisions. Present bias also explains why so many of us procrastinate on saving for retirement. Why save now when the payoff is decades away? It's like asking someone to ignore a cupcake today for the promise of a salad buffet in 30 years. But here's the thing, our brain isn't all bad. Those mental shortcuts, or heuristics, evolved to help us survive in a world of quick decisions. The problem is, they don't always work in today's complex financial systems. Take anchoring, for example. This is when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we see. Retailers use this against us all the time. That $100 jacket, now only $50, isn't really a deal. It's a mind trick. Here's another sneaky bias, confirmation bias. We tend to seek out information that agrees with what we already believe. If you think a stock is a good buy, you'll look for articles saying, "This stock is a winner," and ignore the warnings. How about the sunk cost fallacy? It's why we stay in bad investments or finish boring movies. Once we've invested time or money, we feel compelled to stick it out, even if it's a losing game. And then there's the bandwagon effect. Ever bought something just because it was popular? This bias makes us follow the crowd, whether it's buying trendy gadgets or investing in a hyped-up stock. So why does all this matter? Understanding these biases isn't just interesting, it's empowering. By recognizing when our brain is tricking us, we can make smarter, more intentional decisions with our money. Let's talk about loss aversion. Did you know losing $10 feels way more painful than the joy of gaining $10? This bias makes us overly cautious, often to our own detriment. It's why we might avoid taking risks, even when the odds are in our favor. Then there's the endowment effect. We tend to overvalue things simply because we own them. For example, selling an old couch might feel like it's worth $500, but buyers see it as worth $100. Ownership skews our perception of value. And don't forget anchoring. This is when the first piece of information we hear influences all future decisions. For instance, seeing a $1,000 price tag makes a $500 item feel like a bargain, even if it's overpriced. Here's a fun one, hyperbolic discounting. We prioritize immediate rewards over long-term benefits. Why save for retirement when there's a sale on shoes today? Our brains are wired for instant gratification, even at a cost. Ever heard of mental accounting? It's when we treat money differently based on where it comes from. For example, we splurge with a bonus but penny pinch with a paycheck. It's all the same money, but our brain loves to categorize it. So, why do we have all these biases? It's evolution. Our ancestors made quick decisions to survive, like avoiding risk or grabbing food when they could. But in today's complex financial world, those instincts can backfire. Let's look at an example. Imagine investing in stocks. Recency bias makes us overvalue recent trends. If the market is up this week, we think it'll keep climbing, even if the long-term data says otherwise. And overconfidence bias? That's when we overestimate our abilities. Have you ever thought, I can totally beat the market? Statistically, most of us can't. But confidence tricks us into taking bigger risks than we should. Even the way we frame choices affects our decisions. Say you're offered a 90% chance to win versus a 10% chance to lose. It's the same odds, but framing bias makes the win sound way more appealing. So, how do we fight back against these biases? Start by slowing down. Most biases happen when we make quick, emotional decisions. Taking a moment to think logically can make a huge difference. Another tip, set clear financial goals. When we know what we're working toward, we're less likely to get distracted by shiny objects or short-term rewards. Finally, educate yourself. The more you understand about these biases, the easier it is to spot them in action. Knowledge truly is power when it comes to making smarter money decisions. To sum up, our brains are full of sneaky tricks that can lead to irrational money decisions. But by recognizing biases like loss aversion, anchoring, and framing, we can take back control. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being aware. Even small changes in the way we think about money can have a big impact on our financial well-being. So, what's your biggest money bias? Have you fallen for the sunk cost fallacy or maybe the bandwagon effect? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's outsmart our brains together, one video at a time.